Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is six-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, the newly crowned six-time champion, officially football Thanos now with all six Infinity Stones, and congrats to him and the Pats. And today I just want to take a look back at his career, just to rewind about 20-something years. And for those of you who don't know, he played football at the University of Michigan. He was a pretty good quarterback. That's the guy on top right there, number 10. And his record was 20-5 as a starter, so he had a really good winning percentage, which would actually be a trademark of his pro career. He seemed to always be a winner, and he led Michigan to two bowl victories, one of which was the Orange Bowl over Alabama in his senior year. And that game was actually pretty dramatic. He led a comeback in the fourth quarter, and I think he was the game MVP as well. So he had a pretty good career in Michigan. And for some reason, he didn't get too much attention for various reasons, but I'll get back to that in a second. Now, Jim Harbaugh, the coach for Michigan, the current coach for Michigan, I should say, recently said that they should build a statue of Tom Brady in front of presumably Michigan Stadium. And I find that quite funny because now that he's a six-time Super Bowl champ, they want to claim him and fully parade him around as one of their own. And I understand from a recruiting perspective that would be a good move, since the school itself hasn't really won a whole lot of games recently. Still can't beat Ohio State, so it's a good move business wise. Now, if they built the statue of him and he had won a Heisman or a national title or something like that, then that makes sense. Hell, I think Charles Woodson should probably get a statue before him. So, this is a little bit desperate, looking back and wanting to claim him as one of their own. It's like saying that, I wish I had invested in Google or Apple or Facebook when it first came out. But in any case, to look a little deeper in their history too, Michigan didn't do a whole lot to help him in his development. He thought about transferring at one point, I think after his freshman year. He was 6th or 7th on the depth chart, and he also had to compete with a younger guy named Drew Henson. For those of you who don't know, Drew Henson was a very highly touted prospect in the state of Michigan, and all the boosters and all the fans wanted to see him play. So even though Brady was the better quarterback in his junior and senior year, this guy was always nipping at his heel. And in his senior year, I think they split time too during games, until it was so obvious that Brady was the better quarterback, and he'd often have to come in later in the game when they were down a couple of scores and pull out some games for them. So his Michigan experience was a little awkward, a little tense, and I have no doubt that the experience helped him become the player he is today. But it certainly wasn't some perfect relationship that you might think. So it's a good recruiting tool to say that we produce the greatest of all time, and it's a good sell, so I get it. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.